I'm here in front of Sanford Dam again. I just want to thank everyone for sharing this video, liking it, subscribing to my channel, and getting it out there in front of everyone to see. People around the world are watching these videos and understanding what is happening here. And I also want to thank my new Patreon member, Joshua. A lot of people have been wanting me to get an award for my work here. That's not the reason that I'm doing this. The award that I will get though is from YouTube if I do reach 100,000 subscribers. So if you actually do want me to get an award, subscribe to my channel down below. I also do read every single comment down below, so that's why you see hearts on all these comments. I may not agree with every single comment, but to acknowledge that I've read it, I do leave a heart on the comment. And I also want to thank the people that have sent me letters through the mail. If you want to send me something, I'll pop my P.O. box up on the screen, but I do want to thank Tom, Larry, and Richard for their letters. Even the ones that were 3 pages long, I read them all. It has been a very busy week with news, information up by Secord Lake. I'm not going to get into any of that because I'm planning on going to Secord and Smallwood Lake next week, as well as doing my weekly update of Edenville. So that will be very exciting, but actually there was some talk about the Secord Lake Association actually giving $30,000 to Lee Mueller, the owner of Boyce Hydro, to repair that dam and get their lake levels back to operational. It seems that there is about 50-50 people that actually agree and want them to go ahead and give this $30,000 to repair the dam. And there's about 50% that seem like they don't want to go through with that. If Lee Mueller hasn't repaired the dams in the last however many years, why would he go about repairing the dams now? So that will be coming in the Secord Lake video. Also later in this video, I'm going to be going to the Ellis Party store downtown here in the village of Sanford, and we're going to take a look at their rebuilding efforts. As for this dam behind me, you can see Sanford Dam has not been cleaned up yet. This is actually the responsibility of the dam owner, Boyce Hydro, Lee Mueller, to clean up all the debris in front of this dam. And that has not been done yet. So I guess this will sit here either until the communities are able to take possession of these dams through condemnation. I actually noticed after reviewing my last drone video that there used to be a Sea-Doo Spark sitting right behind that pontoon there. That is no longer there, so that either probably went underneath the water or actually went downstream, or someone actually removed it from the debris pile here. As I pan around here, there is a vast difference looking out here over Sanford Lake. Look at how much more green the lake bed is than just 2 weeks ago I was here. The water level here looks about the same as when I was here 2 weeks ago. That makes sense too, because there was a big storm that came through this weekend, which was just 2 days ago. But look at the amount of erosion happening right here on the side of this lake bed. I'm sure we will see a lot more of this down on the park side as well as over there on the falls side. So let's go take a look down there and see how things are looking. Actually, I'm here with Katie from the Midland Daily News, and they're actually writing an article on what I'm doing here. So if you want to catch that article, I'll leave the link in the description down below. coming up on a little bit more of the erosion that we are seeing here in front of the Sanford Dam. And just in the last 2 weeks here, you can see there's been a lot more erosion happening. All the side of this driveway is now falling down into this hole. And over here on this side, there's a big hole forming there as well. Walking up here a little bit further, this pole looks like it's starting to lean even a little bit more. The cement wall is starting to fall down into this hole as well. You can see some of that wood there is starting to be undermined. It actually looks like there's a trash can down in there. And then down here, the actual driveway down to the transformers and the power plant is starting to erode. There's not much gravel even left on this side. I was actually able to get some video of this last time as well, the cement. None of this was missing 2 weeks ago. This water has completely undermined the cement structure. This wall here is starting to fall away, actually out here onto the road here. And there's actually no sand even left underneath there. Over here behind me on the left, there is actually a cemetery. I'm not going to film that because I do think that is kind of private matter, but there were a lot of people that were wondering if the cemetery actually flooded. It did actually flood, but in the last couple weeks, there has been people that actually cleaned it up, removed a lot of the debris that was in there, and there is now no headstones turned over. There's no debris left in it, so it is looking a lot cleaner. Here in this area again, you can see a lot of this erosion that happened. I don't think any of this was eroded 2 weeks ago when I was here. You can see this big sand pile is now actually moving further and further down there near the electric.
Yeah, we've been watching them all.
Thank you, appreciate it. If you ever do see me out filming around Sanford, Edenville, make sure you stop and say hi. I'll definitely stop and talk to you. Still maintaining 6 feet, of course, because we are in a COVID situation right now. But I like talking to all my subscribers. And later on today, I'm actually meeting up with a lady and her son. And he actually wants to see how my drone works and actually get a drone for himself. So hopefully I'm able to meet up with him and actually kind of show him how the drone works and actually introduce a new person into this hobby. This was not like this 2 weeks ago when I filmed. The shed was completely still standing. Now it looks like it is completely collapsed. There's a lot of debris over here in this area. It almost looks like that shed was actually sitting over here and it's been pulled up over here. Over here is that blue turbine housing. I actually called it a turbine in my last video, but people have corrected me and they actually think it's the housing. And actually when I was reading through and listening to a few of the webinars, I do believe this may be the one that Boyce paid about $3 million to replace in 2014. They may have just moved this outside here for storage now. Let's go on down here to the water's edge, see how things are looking. There are a lot of people in the park here today. I'm gonna go over here and film this in a little bit more detail, but you can see just how green the park is getting here. It's gonna need to be mowed pretty soon. Over here, down in front of the falls, you can see there are 2 guys in a boat. Looks like they're fishing just beneath those. And that's actually probably a pretty good spot to fish due to how much oxygen is actually coming over those falls, getting incorporated into the water. And a lot of those fish are not able to get up the falls in this location, so they're just probably congregating right beneath that. Over here on the right, we can see the dam itself. You can see how many spillways there are. I actually thought that this was pretty close to the size of the Oscoda Dam, Foot Dam up there, but you can just see how much bigger the Sanford Dam is. The one in Oscoda, Foot Dam, only has 3 spillways. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spillways. So about double the size of Foot Dam and Oscoda. As I pan over here to the left, we still have the emergency spillway there. And if you caught the last webinar that I posted with the 4 Lakes Task Force, you were able to see what their plans are for rebuilding this dam. This will be a new auxiliary spillway going through here. You can see the falls right there. Those are eroding even further, digging down into that soil. The forest over here with the trees is actually starting to turn a little bit more green though. So a lot of that vegetation is bouncing back. And over here on the left, we can see the boat launch, the canoe boat launch, and there's actually a couple ducks sitting right there. Let's go a little bit closer to them and see what they look like. Here we can see those ducks. You can tell these look like yearlings. I don't actually see their mother in there. They look about all the same size though. There's a large pile of debris right here. Not sure what that is. It looks like it's made out of metal. Might be a piece from the dam. Over here, there's actually a fisherman over there along that seawall that I didn't see. You can see the park just keeps getting busier and busier. More and more people are actually bringing boats in here to actually get into the downstream portion of Sanford Dam. You can clearly see that there is good fishing here. There's people standing all along the shore over there. These guys fishing in this boat here, and them guys over there fishing just beneath where the water would come out through the hydroelectric portion out of the turbines there. And then these guys over here are just putting in their boat now. Here at the park, things still look relatively the same. There's a little bit more vegetation growing here, mostly just weeds though. I really don't see any grass coming back yet. And here is the actual sign for the outfield on what used to be a baseball field here. This used to be the Sanford Park. We'll go a little bit further up here and show how things are progressing, but so far this doesn't look too different from how it looked 2 weeks ago. Here is a very large tree stump sitting in the park. You can see this was the baseball field here. So it is pretty much now right where the baseball fields used to sit. And you can actually see the charcoal on it, that this was actually burnt. And I remember seeing an article someone posted on Facebook that before they kind of clear cut the lake bed over there to remove all the trees, after that happened, they then actually set fire to the forest to actually burn the remainder of the stuff before they actually started filling Sanford Dam. So I'm wondering if a lot of this charcoal is actually from them setting fire to the forest floor, removing all the debris before they actually went ahead and started filling the dam. Here at the play gym, you can see a lot more of that sand is starting to actually disappear underneath this play set. This seesaw looks like it's still covered under the same amount of sand, but a lot of this from up here by the actual town portion is actually flowing down towards the river. And they did put a small retaining wall right here made out of plywood, but that is not holding back the sand. It's actually still flowing that direction. And right here is actually the parking lot, so it can't go any further than that. Here's a fatality of the Sanford Dam letting go. This little crawfish right here is seen in this park. He used to be over there, probably in the river or upstream in the actual Sanford Lake, but now he actually made it out here into the middle of the park and has dried up. What looks to have happened here with all these crayfish, there's actually 4 of them, and they're all near these pools. And I think what actually happened is there used to be water in here. These crawfish used to be able to survive in that little amount of water, but when these pools dried up, they actually had to venture out and try to escape and make it to water. However, it looks like quite a few of them never made it over to the river in that direction. This is the area that I've been filming, the baseball field that actually had some green on it, a little bit of grass growing up, mostly weeds now, but I'm standing right where home plate should be, right here in this hole. And out here you can see first base would be there, second and third base over here. And out there used to be the entire outfield. And over here on the left, this used to be the dugout. Out here just in front of the river, over here is the Saginaw Road Bridge. There's actually a sunflower growing out here in the middle of what used to be the baseball field. Over here, there's actually someone's grease gun. Must be from upstream. Doesn't look like there's any grease left in it. If anyone's missing that, you know where to find it. It's right here, just downstream of the Sanford Dam in the park. Another thing I just noticed as I'm making my way over to the river is there's actually these trails through the sand. These must be moles in here. They're actually molehills that they're burrowing underneath the ground, and they're over here just off the side of the river. I just made another interesting discovery when they must have cemented in the poles for the actual outfield of the Sanford Park for the baseball fields. It looks like this Pabst Blue Ribbon can fell in there and is completely just filled right full of cement. Saginaw Road is right up here. There's still a lot of debris sitting on the edge of it, what used to be the walkway to get over the top. Here are the yellow kind of pipes that used to be on the top of the fence that used to be on the baseball fields. And I haven't been over here closer to underneath the bridge that actually takes Saginaw Road over top of the Tittabawassee River. You can see there's quite a bit of graffiti over here. Used to be a fence where you could actually walk underneath here. A lot of erosion down here on this footing for the bridge. There's a lot of cement actually breaking off the bridge right there. There's a big gap up there, and the rail trail is just over there in that direction. Thank you to everybody for supporting me, subscribing to my channel, liking and sharing these videos. It does help a lot. If you want to contribute to the efforts here, make sure you visit the Sanford Strong and Edenville Strong Facebook pages. I'll leave the links in the description down below. And if you want to help support my page, I'll also leave my Patreon and PayPal account down below. Thanks for watching, and make sure you catch my next video. Until then, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, and make sure you hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. Also make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next videos I will be posting, and leave your questions, comments, and suggestions below. As always, I just want to give a massive thanks to the people who support me on Patreon. Never underestimate the value of your contribution to keeping this channel going. Thank you.